Punch it, Chewy.
Wrong podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It is a double header in terms of videos, back to back. This will be going live on Friday, I do believe, because the Ahsoka is going live on Thursday. Do check that out. It's a quick thing. It's going to be a different hit this week. We will be running through the fixtures and the results from last week. However, we think in the interim of the international break, we won't be doing a prediction sort of for this one. We'll just be running through the internationals, what we think, maybe touch on the matches, and we'll reach back with you next week, and then we'll have another short one to just run through, similar to how we did in the first one. And we'll run through the fixtures for Game Week 5. But yeah, we'll be covering Game Week 4's fixtures there, and then we'll touch on some just general transfer news, general football news, and Game Week 4's fixtures. So yeah, do you want to just get straight into the fixtures from last week?
Yeah, straight into it. First game.
Luton West Ham
football kickoff. Yeah, Luton West Ham. I had West Ham.
I also had West Ham.
This was one of very few that I actually got right this week. I had an absolute shocker. The ballsy ones that I said I should have gone for worked out, and the safe ones that I did go for didn't work out. Hey, trust your gut, kids, not your brain.
Can I just say the Premier League this year is back to being super competitive, where anyone can beat anyone except for Man City.
Yeah, except for Man City. Yeah, 2-1 West Ham. Jared Bowen and Lucas Paqueta for first goal. Jared Bowen is just going from strength to strength. James Ward-Prowse is I'm not saying he's filled the void of Declan Rice, but that's a very, very good.
He's got one of the best signings of the summer so far.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Luton didn't look that bad. They're going to get relegated. It was nice to see him back in the Tim Pot Stadium for the first time. Yeah, they're going down though.
Yeah, I don't want. They are very easy pickings to say they're going down, but
they are going down.
If they stayed up, I'd love it because I love a good underdog story. But yeah. I think they're heading straight back down. Moving on to the second game.
Talking about teams going back down.
Yeah. Early kickoff on the Saturday. The Battle of Mediocrity, I think I've labelled it in the previous episode. I went for an Everton win. Lou, you went for
a Sheffield win.
Do you go for a Sheffield win?
I did.
Oh God, you're more deluded than fucking Everton fan.
Sheffield were closer to winning than Everton. Everton was smash and grab.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be somewhat of a decent game, to be quite honest.
Cameron Archer carrying on his form last season on loan at Borough, and he's carried it on in the Premier League for Sheffield.
Yeah, I wish we'd have signed him, to be honest. We were all linked with him, but hey-ho. I didn't see out of the game. Looking at the stats,
it wasn't great.
It doesn't look great. Everton look like they did better than Sheffield United, but you got to put the points on the board. Jordan Pickford on goal. I don't know what that's.
Did you not see it?
About. No.
Oh, brother, he took this amazing shot. Cameron Archer hit the bar. Pickford dived for it, and he just smashed him on the back of the head and went.
Oh, is it one of those fucking absolute unlucky ones?
It was. It was.
So that's 2-2. Neither me or Lou got a point, which is the theme of this week. Apart from the next game, Man City Fulham. Surprisingly enough, this is further down actually. I'm going to come back to that. Brentford game. Where's that? Brentford Bournemouth. Another battle of mediocrity and another 2-2 draw.
I don't know. Brentford are a good team. I know they didn't get the win here. They probably should have, but.
Yeah. As a Leeds United fan,
where's he going with this?
Bournemouth, I hope you'll rot in hell. You can keep the snake, which I'm going to touch on ever so slightly later on.
You've got about 50 million at this point.
Yeah. You can keep the snake. Snake, Adams, and Max Aarons. We'll see you next season, pricks. Shame that Brentford didn't win. I've got a massive hatred for Bournemouth now, and I used to love them.
I've never liked Bournemouth. Yeah. They always seem to be Chelsea.
The Eddie Howe thing. Again, this isn't some of it I watched. It looks a bit Mbuemo I used to have him on Football Manager. Still can't pronounce his name. 90 plus, 90 plus 3 equaliser. The stats are more towards the favour, especially in the second half. Wow, Brentford smashed the second half.
I just said that Bournemouth away kit. Horrible.
Not seeing it. Not seeing it.
It's
Not seeing
horrible,
it. But,
like yellowy fluff.
Fuck them. Yeah, I got that wrong. I went for a Brentford win. What about yourself, Lou?
I also went for a Brentford win.
Fucking hell. Yes, moving on swiftly. Next one is.
How did you play the game of the
Burnley
weekend?
Spurs.
Yeah, Burnley Spurs.
Yeah. Burnley Spurs. It's nice to see Son, who was my second top scorer, actually starting in a more
Forward role.
number 9 forward role. I think it's gonna, if they're playing there instead of playing Richarlison, why the fuck would you ever play Richarlison? I think it's going to suit them so much better, especially with those couple of players behind.
Can I just say how Maddison has gone for that little is just a steal. He is.
Oh, absolutely.
He's turned into the signing of the summer already.
Yeah. Yeah. Son hat trick. Maddison were a goal. Burnley look. I don't know.
They remind me of Norwich a few years ago, where they just seem to ship just an ungodly amount of goals. I don't know if it's because of the way they're playing in terms of how company's got them playing, but they're just too open at the moment.
Yeah. It's that Man City style, or it's that new style.
They've had a hard
plan B
start,
is
though.
plan A.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have had an hard start. It's going to. I think if out of the teams that we're so far dogging on, they are the ones to improve for myself, but it's yet to be seen.
They're disappointed for me. I thought they're going to be. I know they've had a hard start and they've looked.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been like outclassed yet, but they should have put up more of a fight for me.
Yeah.
I did say. Can I just say? I said it would be 4-3 Spurs, and it was 5-2. But I'm gonna take that as a win because it was a high-scoring game.
Right, I had Spurs as well, so that's 2 points for us both here.
2 out of 4.
Yeah, 2 out of 4. Next,
I don't want to talk about this game. I don't want to talk about this
game. I says I wanted to go ballsy with Nottingham Forest, and how right was I? Mediocre does not even begin to describe the team that has spent £1 billion in the transfer market in 18 months. Over to you, Lewbcon.
You know what? It's unrecognizable from it's the same story as last year. I think Chelsea had something like 78% possession in this game, and they just can't score. Still,
76.
Apologies,
They had 83% possession.
How many
in the
shots
second
did
half.
they have, by the way? It was sort of 16 or something.
Overall shots, they had 21 attempts, 2 on goal.
Yeah.
Forest had 7 shots, 3 on goal.
I know.
They had more on goal. Oh, God.
Yeah, where do I start? Sterling seems to be the only one who can score, and if he's not scoring, they're in trouble. Jackson is a fantastic player, and he has all the attributes, but how he misses that chance, I'll never know.
Overrated.
Did you see the miss?
I didn't see the miss, but I
Sterling got the byline, he shot.
All you've got to do is look at his goal-scoring record from previous seasons.
I mean, he got 9 goals in his last 8 games at Villarreal before the sign.
He got 12 in 26 last season. That's like 1 every other game. Before that, he had an abysmal goal-scoring record, so I'm not for him.
But anyway, he missed from 4 yards out by putting it over the bar into an open goal. They had so many chances, it wasn't even funny. And the goal they do concede is just an absolute shambles. Caicedo and Gallagher get mixed up in the middle. Thiago Silva, normally reliable, gets nutmegged. And then Alanga, what can only be described as a back pass P-roller, passes Sanchez, and he just doesn't dive for it. And it just rolls into the back of the net. It didn't even make a sound hitting the back of the net. That's how slow it was. It very much was a smash and grab, but Chelsea didn't deserve to win this game. They deserved to win it on terms of possession, but they didn't deserve to win it on finishing. It's going back to the Graham Potter issue of they're dominating teams, but there's nothing there, and there's no substance at the end.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can spend all this money and still have Conor Gallagher in your midfield?
Not as a starter. You know what? He's been really good this season, improved, but like you
Stop.
said, he shouldn't be in the team. My two problems with Pochettino are he played back four all the way through pre-season, and then since the start of the season, he's gone back three. And I don't know if that's because Nkunku's injured, but I don't know why he's doing it, and it just doesn't work. Back three doesn't work. Colwell does not work in a back three. And if it's to facilitate Thiago Silva, I love Thiago Silva, but you have to get rid of him at that point.
Yeah. I mean, your brand new £47 million signing.
Which one?
Cole Palmer.
Yeah. He came on the last 10 minutes, was it? He didn't really do much.
About half hour, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really do much.
I mean, he come on for Conor Gallagher, so that's an improvement.
This comes on to my second problem. Mudryk. You've got a player who's blessed with unbelievable pace, and he brings them on for the last 10 minutes when teams are camped in their box. It just doesn't...
Yeah.
Like, why would you bring somebody on who opens the game up when the game is literally them just sat in? Like, you take away his biggest strength and wonder why he doesn't perform. It just... I will say, though, Chelsea are 1-0 down in the 90th minute. Why he decides to shoot from the halfway line, like the actual halfway line, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, Chelsea is shit. They're going down again. And yeah, they lost to Forest for the second season in a row.
Funnily enough, I had Chelsea, even though my first thought was Forest. So that's a point I have not got. Lou?
I went draw. No, I didn't. I went Chelsea 3-1 win.
Yeah. So still 2 points apiece. Next game of the list is the Man City Fulham game, which is
shrouded in controversy.
Really? Why?
Did you not see the goal?
No, I hadn't seen all.
Oh,
Haaland scores a fucking hat trick though, so I mean,
yeah.
Haaland do Haaland things.
It was 1-1, and Man City's second goal arguably shouldn't have counted, and that very much changed the tide because it opened the game up, and then they went on to batter them. We probably would have won it anyway, but it's just the circumstance. Basically, what happens is I can't remember if it's a corner, free kick, or whatever for open player, but basically they cross the ball in, it gets cleared out. Ake's on like the edge of the box, and he heads it towards goal, and Akanji stood in front of the keeper, and he just opens his leg and lets the ball run through his legs and goes into the back of the net.
Oh, so like impeding the keeper sort of thing.
The keeper couldn't see. And their argument was, because Ake was so far away from the goal when he headed it, the keeper should have seen it. But there's a player stood in front of him. And I'm just like, well, where do we draw the line on the rule? If the player is impacting the player, which he clearly is in this instance, like, put it this way, keeper should have saved it anyway, and Man City were going to batter them anyway. But, yeah. Paulinho's a fantastic player.
Yeah, Man City 5-1. Not really a lot else to say to that.
Haaland struggling again this season.
Yeah, Haaland. I wonder if he's going to reach 14 goals this season. Fucking moron. I mean, I picked Pochettino as manager at season, so swiftly moving on. I got a point because I picked City. I'm assuming Lou.
Yeah, I picked.
Right. Okay, so that's 3 points apiece as is.
Doesn't get any better.
Game.
Doesn't get any.
No,
better.
Moving on to the next game.
Who saw
I can
this?
understand.
Who saw this?
Yeah, Brighton 3-1 against Newcastle. Yeah.
You know what?
I picked Newcastle.
I said that Brighton could do it, and like I still think they were a fantastic team, but then it was that loss against West Ham that threw me.
Newcastle. Well, Newcastle lost as well, didn't they? I think that's why I picked them, because I thought it would be. I went chomping at a bit to set the record straight.
I thought they'd both be up for it, so that's why I went for a draw.
Yeah. Oh, you went for a draw. Oh, God, thank God for that. This Evan Ferguson, I just want to touch on. Everyone's raving about him. He's already been talked about as a £100 million striker.
Nothing.
Fair enough, because Brighton probably will get £100 million.
Yeah, the way they do business.
They just seem to hypnotise other teams, and other teams go, "Oh, okay." I'm not knocking the kid. I like a good young player. I like a good young prospect and stuff like that. But yeah, let's let him cook. Let's not just get on this. I mean, he's Irish, isn't he? So we're not going to do the English thing of overhype him.
Technically, he can still play for England. He's eligible for England.
So he's gonna do
I mean, he's a good player, but I mean, the hat trick. I know any hat trick is a good hat trick, but it wasn't anything special. But I suppose that's what you need from a striker. You don't need the.
Just take your chances.
Yeah.
Looking at the stats, to be quite honest, not Arsenal. Sorry, Newcastle look like they're a bit. A bit wasteful with the chances.
Yeah, they very much were.
Especially the second half. First half, it looks like they created absolutely nothing. Brighton looks like they've just come straight out of blocks. Again, I haven't seen any of it. I've got a child. I've got a girlfriend. I ain't got time to watch all the football.
I watched it, but I had it on in the background. I can't lie. Like, I wasn't really that fussed.
Yeah. So that's 3-1 to Brighton. I had picked Newcastle, so I haven't got a point.
I went draw.
Draw. So
slightly
still
closer,
3 points.
Yeah.
It's true. 3 points apiece. Next one was
Palace Wolves.
Moving on to the Sunday games. Palace Wolves. I feel a bit hard done by here. A little bit.
Same.
Because I had Palace draw. Well, I had a draw, sorry. I had draw.
I had a draw as well.
All the mediocre games seem to have been high-scoring games this weekend.
I don't know why I put a draw, because on the face of it, I think they're both bang average, but Palace can score a goal, whereas Wolves can't.
Yeah.
Did it finish 2-1, or was it 1-0?
3-2. What game? 3-2.
Was it 3-2?
3-2.
I did not watch this game. This is what
Wolves
I did not want.
Yeah, Wolves got 96th minute consolation second goal.
Yeah, that was it.
Eze scored. Eze didn't move for me in the summer transfer window is beyond me.
He's
Eduardo, is it Eduardo?
Yeah.
Eduardo Odson. Eduardo scored a bit extra. Celtic fucking Eduardo scored a brace. Palace 3-2.
Roy Hodgson carries on.
Yeah, that's it. Roy Hodgson do Roy Hodgson things. Wolves are in dire need of a reliable striker and a back four.
We're lucky to keep Pedro Neto as well.
That's a good point. I had draw, so that's 0 points for me. Lou?
I had a draw as well.
Right, okay. The next one. Right, can I just say something? I looked at my pick after this game and I triple took it and I watched my prediction from the last video twice to make sure that I actually picked this because I went for a Villa win.
You did.
Liverpool Villa.
No, can I just add? Not only did you go for a Villa win, you went for Coutinho hat trick.
No, that were a piss take. I did go back on that one.
He says.
I did. I said it.
I did. I promise. I did.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
I do. Fucking nothing because they got battered.
Yeah, they absolutely got slaughtered.
And Villa are not a bad team as well.
No, but I think that's what it was, the whole Unai Emery and stuff like that.
Yeah, Villa are a weird one. They seem to either play really well or get battered. I think the Matty Cash on goal was a bit unfortunate. Obviously, most on goals are. Salah continues to just put up the numbers. That's Sabozley or Sabozlai, however you want to say it. Or the scouts.
Quick question. 150 million. Would you have taken it?
What, for Salah?
Mm-hmm.
I would have, but they've just bid 200.
Deadline day.
They've just bid 200. They've just bid 215 million. So I know I wouldn't have taken it. I would have waited. But deadline day.
215.
Apparently, yeah, that's what they're saying.
All right, okay. Paul Merson come out with a great fucking thought on this. Is you ask for 200 million, you sell him, you go buy Saka, or I can't remember who the other one was, for 250 million. Yes, Saka is obviously not Salah, but I get where he's coming from.
My take on this is 31.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go at the end of his contract anyway. Mm-hmm. This is a building season for Liverpool, regardless of what the deluded fans tell you. They ain't winning the league this year. Top 4 is their best target. You take the money now, and then you buy 3 full good players in January, or 1 or 2 in January, and then you have the rest of the summer. And then I think Liverpool have enough going forward anyway. I mean, Szoboszlai's kicking in with some goals. I think Darwin Núñez,
Luis Diaz.
I don't think Jota's that, but I think Jota's decent.
Jota as well. Jota's sick when he's on his day.
Gakpo and chip in.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for me, if I were Liverpool, I'd have turned around and says 200 mil and you've got a deal. And obviously, knowing the Saudis, they'd have said that. I think the only reason, there's two reasons for me that they rejected this is one, fan backlash, and two, because it were deadline day.
Yeah, they
if it wasn't deadline day, if it were a week before deadline day, I think they'd have considered
2 days. 2 days. You give them 2 days, and they would have considered it.
£200 million, and you're just like, yeah, right. Okay. Do we go get Jadon Sancho, rescue him from fucking scum because he's a class player? I mean, do we go get Bukayo Saka?
They might
who else is there?
Who else is there? What, in terms of attack?
Yeah,
mate, if you've got that much money, fuck it, go and buy Kvaratskhelia at Napoli or an Osherman or someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I think Liverpool were wrong to turn it down, money-wise, or to flat out reject it and not negotiate.
Do you think...
I don't know. I don't know what's gone on today, so I don't know whether there's actually been another bid.
I think they're basically
talking. Like Lou said. Lou's gone robotic again, but I'm going to keep talking until he comes back. He's 31. Age isn't everything, the whole Ronaldo Messi thing. But, I mean, I personally would have negotiated and asked for 200 million.
I would have taken 150.
I think 150 shy. I think you could have squeezed.
He's got 2 years left on his contract. He's 30,
I know, but it's Saudis.
He's 31.
It's Saudis.
For me, 150 million is a fair deal. I would have taken 100, honestly. As good as Salah is, I would have taken 100. Because I don't think
Saudis.
Put it this way, if outside of the Saudi thing, you ain't getting that money from ever. Never mind.
No, you are, but it's for Saudis. If the Saudis come calling for one of your players, you do a Brighton and you fleece them.
It'd be interesting. I wonder who the Brighton fleece. It'd be interesting to see if his head's been turned now.
I don't think it has. It's been handled. It's been handled very well.
From what I've heard, though, he wanted to go, and it was Liverpool who put a stop to that. It wasn't.
Yeah, but he's not turned around and thrown Teddy out and caught like 2 snakes that we have at Leeds.
No, he hasn't. But I don't think Salah would do that.
No, he wouldn't do that because that's how you conduct yourself as a player. Moving on.
Damari Gray.
Liverpool. I wasn't even talking about. I was talking about a snake that went to Bournemouth. Anyway, Liverpool 3-0, the battered Villa. I did not get a point.
I did. And I took a lead.
I had a brain rush. So that's 4-3. And we're moving into the final game. I watched bits and bats of this. Actually, quite a good game.
Another controversial game.
Yes. Weird dish. Right, I'm just going to go straight back into it. Straight from the off. Penalty or no penalty on Kai Havertz, your favourite ever player?
I actually like Havertz when Chelsea first signed him. For the record, I think it was soft, but based on the Rashford penalty from last week, I think it was a penalty. For me, the Rashford one was identical.
Identical. It was a penalty, 100%.
I think it was
the
soft.
only reason it didn't get it was 100% soft.
He was looking for it as well.
It didn't get given is because it were against Scum. If I'd have been at any other team, it'd have been given.
Which is quite
bullshit.
Quite ironic, because afterwards all the Man United fans are claiming that the refs were against them and they were robbed this game.
Yeah, not a prayer.
I just find it ironic because both teams get the rub of the green. I mean, all the top 6 teams get the rub of the green. You can say that the refs are against them. Anthony Taylor's a cunt. But yeah, the top 6 teams definitely do. Garnacho, I don't understand this obsession was he was onside. Ten Hag came out and said afterwards that he was onside. Man United fans are convinced. Like, there's a line. He's offside. Like, it's cut and dry. You can't really argue with that one.
I'm going to go out on a limb, right? I thought it was onside. I've looked at it again and again, and I'm like, it's so close.
I think this comes down to the fundamental issue of this is not what football's meant to be. It's not meant to be that's offside by a sliver. Like, it's meant to be stop you from hanging by the goal like bloody Gary Lineker used to do. Like,
Yeah.
It's become too much of an obsession now.
Yeah, I like stuff like this when it comes to goals and red cards. I don't like the long time it takes. Right, there's been some stuff come out on Sky Sports past couple of days where you can hear the referees' mics and the VAR mics. The officials who were doing the VAR have no idea what they are doing. Howard Webb to even turn around and say, "What is Howard Webb?"
Yeah, he's the head of the PGMOL. I think it was
Howard.
He's the head of the PGMOL.
Yeah, Howard Webb was on Sky Sports with Michael Owen. Why? What has happened to Sky Sports? It were on the Sky Sports with Michael Owen, and it were basically going through what happened, and it were for the
no. Did you see it?
Flying Superman tackle on
Dawson.
Wolves, on Dawson. Even Howard Webb has turned around and says the VAR official was going to give a penalty and then talked his own self out of it. These are fucking Premier League games. How are we having this discussion where someone has got video evidence and then they can't make their mind up? And they either make the wrong decision or they're having to refer it to the referee on the pitch. They are sat there in front of computers and monitors and monitors. I've seen the setup because Cara and fucking Never went there. There's monitors everywhere. They are sat in front of monitors with slow motion, frame by frame pictures, and they're still referring it to a referee on the pitch. What the fuck is going on? It's ridiculous. I could do better.
It ruins.
I personally thought it were onside.
I think
it's been given as offside. All I'll say about that is who was the defender? Was it Saliba or Gabriel?
It was Gabriel.
That awareness to sort of pull himself back, because obviously for the lines, for the offside, is a class bit of defending. And I rate that so much because you can see that he's actually gone to stop himself, pull himself back.
It is, but it's very dangerous because, as we saw,
it's very dangerous.
Fine lines, and you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Man United didn't deserve to win this game if they had. They were
absolutely
second
not.
best. I don't think Arsenal were particularly. I think this basically overshadowed in terms of the result and the controversy. But I think both teams look not quite like the. That's what ironic coming from a Chelsea fan, but both teams look a bit lost. Like they don't look up to it at the moment.
But the thing with Arsenal is a striker thing. Jesus, come on, got a goal, fair enough.
Ketty's not good enough to lead the line. No. The standouts for me, as always, this is going to be stupidly obvious, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. Mm-hmm.
Declan Rice, if you saw the pictures after he scored his goal, he scored the goal and they were waiting to kick off, and the camera panned to him, and he was like telling everyone what they should do. It was Gino. He's a natural born leader. It's the signing of season.
Which is what Arsenal have been missing.
It is. It was literally looking round. He had a smile on his face. He was geeing lads up. He was clapping. And then he turned serious and like, you go there, you do this. And I'm like, this is exactly why he's a snip at 105 million. And I'm not blowing smoke up his ass. You had him behind Martin Odegaard. Give Odegaard the freedom to do whatever he wants. That team could go for fucking days.
Can I just say the Kai Havertz experiment is not working? It's just not.
The whole Kai Havertz centre forward does not work. It didn't work at Chelsea. He wasn't a centre forward at Leverkusen. Didn't shine as a centre forward. Why? For the love of fuck, is everyone playing him at centre forward? It's not happening.
Man United, on the other hand, are in deep shit. And we will get onto the Jadon Sancho incident in a second, but I just want to say, Harry Maguire came on because Varane is out, and Emi Martinez.
I thought we were going somewhere totally different there.
No, Emi Martinez went off injured. Varane went off last game injured. But to play the historic duo of Lindelof and Maguire, and I actually rate Lindelof. I don't think he's that bad.
I do as well. I think he's.
I think Maguire.
A big fish in a small pond sort of thing.
I think the best way to sum up Maguire is the reaction of the Arsenal fans where they cheered and clapped him on. He was at fault. And then he took Lindelof off and put Johnny Evans on.
Oh God!
Johnny Evans wasn't that bad at Leicester, but fuck me, he just playing at the top level at 37 with Maguire is just a recipe for disaster. Like that Declan Rice goal should go in. It should never ever go in. What?
Right, give me a second.
What was I saying? Yeah, Maguire and Evans were both at fault for that Declan Rice goal. That should never go in, and fund it. Like it does not go in. Like they're just so slow and inept. It's not playing. Like Maguire is just such a he's a big lad, but he doesn't have an IQ and he doesn't have the pace. Like he just
no.
Yeah. Man United have a problem in the midfield. I know they've signed Amrabat on loan, but it's just not.
He's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Do you know what? That Hoyland, when he came on, he did look like a good player. He put himself about. Yeah. He looked like a good player. Not sure if he'll get the goals, but he looks like a promising player. And then some more controversy after the match. In his pre-match conference, Ten Hag was asked why Jadon Sancho wasn't included in the squad, and he basically turned around and said his attitude in training's not up to it.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jadon Sancho's turned around and says, "No, that's a lot of bullshit."
Yeah, he said, "Don't believe everything you hear," and he trained really well. And now you've split the fan base even more because there's calls for him to never wear the shirt again, and there's calls for Ten Hag to go, and everything in between. I'm not sure what your opinion on all this is, but
Scum have ruined Jadon Sancho. Shock.
My take on it is Jadon Sancho was an electric player at Dortmund. He was arguably up there as the next big talent of English football, along with Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden. I don't know what's happened since he's went to Man United. I will, in defence of Ten Hag, I will say Jadon Sancho has reportedly had lots of issues with turning up to training, attitude in the past at Man City and at Dortmund. And I don't think the player was right to come out and speak out of turn. But at the same time, I don't think Ten Hag, like, your team's just been beat. Why are you digging out a player who's not in? I understand he's been asked a question. I do understand that. But at the same time, you just say he's injured, or you just say he wasn't selected due to tactics. You know, you don't have to dig him out like that. Like that helps nobody. And I can't see a way in which Sancho ever plays for Man United again.
No, same.
Similar to the Ronaldo issue. I know it's slightly different, but yeah. And if they're on about terminating his contract, which will never happen because it's Man United and they don't want to let an asset go for free, as seen as Mason Greenwood going to Getafe. But yeah, I would take him at Chelsea. He's a fantastic player, and if he can get to even a resemblance of his form at Dortmund, he will be a world-class player again. It's a weird situation, and yeah, Man United is just a mess right now, obviously, with the ownership, the whole Mason Greenwood stuff, now this. Anthony's come out as well. He's been accused of it's not fun time.
Yeah, there's shit going down.
I wouldn't want to be a Man United fan now. And can I just say, with that back four of like Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and what's it called, Johnny Evans, Man United are generally going to struggle. They're really going to struggle.
Yeah. That's the round.
I was just going to say, who did you have to win that? We didn't even touch
I had Arsenal to win.
I had Man United.
Oh, okay. So that's a draw then.
It is a draw.
Oh God! So that's a rollover.
You were a Garnacho offside away from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say when his goal went in, I fucking threw a from it. I was right annoyed because I was like, shit, I had Arsenal to win as well.
I don't think any team deserved to win that, and it could have gone either way.
Yeah. So that leaves it all at 4-4. So that means it's a rollover to not next week, the week after, or not this weekend coming up, the week after because of international breaks. Hey,
everyone's favourite time.
Yeah, because the England squad doesn't just get picked because of being an England squad.
Like we said, because there's no fixtures, we'll just run through some like news. I think we've ran through most of the news, haven't we, in terms of like Mason Greenwood, Sancho, and Salah. I think we'll just run through the England squad to give our thoughts, and we'll call it there. Do you want to go through the keepers?
I mean, why Nick Pope's not there, I don't know.
That's my thought. I think, for me, Aaron Ramsdale should be England's number 1. I think Sam Johnston's done decent at Palace.
Sam Johnson's shit. Don't like him. Hate him.
My one is John Pickford. I think is shit. I know people say he plays well for England, but I don't rate him. I really don't. I think he causes more problems with his attitude of every little save he makes, he tries to hype it up, and he costs him so much out of position. He's too erratic, and he shouldn't be. No, Nick Pope should be there. He's proven he's good enough. Even if he's not a starter, like you have him as a, Yeah,
absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Keepers I don't agree with his. Defenders. What was it? Chilwell, Colwell,
Dunk,
Guay, Maguire, Amori, Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier, and I don't know if Trent's been included as a defender or midfielder, because I saw it as a midfielder.
Trent Stan was a defender on the 4-4-2.
The England one said he was a midfielder.
Yeah. 1, why is Maguire there? 2, why is Trent there?
Well, let's just go through it. Ben Chilwell, I mean, I think he's good, but I don't rate him that highly as some people do. Levi Colwell, I think, is going to be one of the next big things. I think he's really world class. Lewis Dunk, I think, has been such an unsung hero for so long.
Absolutely,
he should have been there for a while. Like, he's a ball playing centre back. He's fucking massive. Why he's not been in the team? Mark Guay's just solid. He's been there for a thing. Kamori's been really good in the Italian league for a while, and he hasn't.
I would say you don't succeed in Italian league if you're a shit defender, do you?
And he hasn't really been given much chances. Quite ironically, but he's mind his way. Kyle Walker, I still think England's best right back currently, and I don't think that'll be going forward.
It's
and Trippier, I think.
Luke Shaw injured?
Yeah, Luke Shaw's out for like 6 weeks. Been injured for a while.
Okay, interesting.
Trippier, do you know what? I didn't rate him that highly when he went like Spurs. But,
I rate Trips.
Since he's been at Atletico and Newcastle, he's been really good. Trent, I can't rate. Like, as a defender, he's shocking, and as a midfielder, I just think he's average. Like,
at best, I'm a very best is average.
Yeah, I personally would have had Mitchell from Palace there as just a backup left back, because we seem to be very short on left back.
Yep.
Bit
like Leeds.
I know John Stones. I was just gonna say John Stones is out. That's the big omission, but he's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
and you're going into midfield. Conor Gallagher.
He's a workhorse, but yeah.
Conor Gallagher.
Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, both world class. James Maddison, fantastic player. Eze is the next one of the next big things.
Deserved.
For me, as bad like I don't rate Gallagher that high, but at least he plays and he plays for a top team. Yeah. Calvin Phillips and Jordan Henderson. Why are they in the team?
Jordan Henderson. Yes, he is a veteran.
Yes, he's still actually getting game time.
Yes. Do we need him? No. These qualification games, are to experiment with other players. We're not going to a tournament. We don't need a level head. Go away. These two people here, Henderson and he who shall not be named, are exact reason why everyone says that the Gareth Southgate is a failure, because unless you're friends with Southgate, you don't get picked. If you do, and you don't play more than fucking 20 minutes like he who shall not be named, you get paid. It's a fucking disgrace.
My issue is Calvin Phillips has not played at all this season, and he didn't play at all last season. Why is he in the team? And Jordan Henderson was shit last season and got sold off to Saudi. And you see his comments about not going for the money. That's a piss take. And the whole LGBTQ thing where he's supposed to be a supporter. My question is James Ward-Prowse, who touched on it enough times here, has been one of the signings of the season. Why is he not in the team?
Exactly.
Why is he not in the team? Or, like I said, there's plenty of young English midfielders who deserve a chance.
Yeah. That's what unless England are in a competition, I don't care. And if you say the Nations League, I'm going to slap each and every one here.
But it's not
because it's not a fucking competition. It's fucking stupid.
Unless
it's a World Cup. It's no. Even if you win it, I'd be like, that's the most. It's like winning a treble and playing 60 minutes throughout the entire season. How you can pick that fucking medal up and think you've earned that is a disgrace. Unless you're in Euros or World Cup, England don't matter because it's all a money-making fucking scheme and it's pointless. And you've got to fucking hold fucking Gareth Southgate's hand and go single file if you want to be in the squad. It's proven. I hate England. I hate the England squad. It's pointless.
England. But yeah. And then
forward-wise, we've got Rashford, Grealish, Saka, Foden, Kane, and Nketiah. And Wilson.
Do you know what my thoughts?
Rashford, you've got to have.
I don't rate him. Yeah, exactly. But you've got to have him there.
But, yeah. The rest of them, Grealish, Saka, Foden, Kane, they all pick themselves. Callum Wilson, I'm not adverse to that.
My issue with Callum Wilson is he's injured and he's not been in the best of form this season.
Yeah, exactly. And Eddie Nketiah, I'm doubling. No, I'm not. I'm doubling down on myself here. But he's young. Experiment with him, fair enough. Yeah. Has he been in rich goal scoring form?
He's got 2 this season.
Just like
I don't mind the Nketiah pick. The Callum Wilson, I think, is a bit. It's kind of like a Jamie Vardy where he's good, but he's a bit past it now. And I'd rather look to the future than someone who was decent in the past. Nketiah, I understand it's a young player and he's in a fairly decent vein of form, but I just don't think he'll ever be good enough. My issue with them 2 picks is the people they exclude, and that's Ollie Watkins, who for me should definitely be in this team. I think Ollie Watkins is a fantastic player. And Raheem Sterling, I don't rate him that highly, but this season he's been on another level. He's been back to his form at Man City.
I think Sterling's one of those people that you do actually need to carry her.
Yeah,
because Sterling will play.
He gets goals as well. As much as I don't rate him, it's like his actual stats, especially for England, is like bar Harry Kane. It's like better than anybody.
Yeah,
in that team.
So that is for the. Is it just a one game?
No, they play Ukraine and Scotland.
Oh, Scotland's not 4-4-2 is having a Mervyn because they're not showing that up.
Yeah,
they've got Ukraine on September 9th. I don't know what that Scotland game is, but if it's all like the last Scotland game, it's gonna be fucking atrocious.
I think they play Scotland at friendly though.
Yeah,
it's Tuesday.
Yeah,
not
a single fuck given for me about the England squad. I think it's the most pointless fucking thing ever. Have you got any thoughts, Lou?
Can't wait for this Euros to be over so we can move on to the World Cup and maybe have a decent manager with all these young talented players like Cole Palmer coming through.
So that's our review of game week 4. Yeah, game week 4 and our roundup of our review of the England international stage. I'm going to go off on my little rant right now.
Fine.
All Leeds, aren't we? All Leeds, aren't we? I actually watched the second half of this game because the F1 was on, and I deemed the qualifying of the F1 to be more important than watching Leeds United right now. Oh. And I'm a Leeds fan, so what does that say? Chef Wednesday, 0-0. Chef Wednesday, Yorkshire Derby. First half, can't comment on. I heard we played well. Second half, we played atrocious. We played absolutely atrocious. Everyone said it was going to be tough because Chef Wednesday are going to sit back in 2 banks of 5. And so, people are saying we've got the best forward line in the fucking league and we can't break them down. But second half, they just sat back and then started counter-attacking and creeping up the field, as we tired ourselves out. And how they didn't win the game, I don't know. Again, I could say that how didn't we win the game? Because Rutter is only 21. I keep forgetting he's 21. And, let him cook. But that chance he missed, he got caught in 2 minds. His first touch were amazing. And then he got caught in 2 minds whether to slot it past the keeper or chip it over. He went for the more flamboyant chip over, and it was such a weak effort. But then you've got to look at the fact that we started playing a 4-4-2, which were great. And then for this game, Pirro is playing as... Well, he ended up playing in midfield pretty much. And I get the fact that you're dropping a more dominant player back to try and gain an advantage to play Rutter through. But it didn't work. And there were no adjustments made to make it work. You've got arguably one of the best strikers in the championship playing as a fucking number 8. I don't get it. What happened? We are so mediocre. And if we finish above mid-table, I will be in shock. Honest to God, if we get anywhere near playoffs, I will be in shock. The only good thing that's happened this past week is we got rid of one at Snakes. He should never, even if the Bournemouth don't buy him next season, he should never, ever, ever return to this club. Not even to train. Nonto, people are all like, yay, Willie's back. He plays really well and gives it. He wanted out. We were lucky that Everton couldn't afford him. Bullshit. He's a snake. Shouldn't be wearing the shirt at all. We got rid of Snakey Boy to fucking Bournemouth. I'm not going to say his name because he's not even worth saying. He's a little fucking rat. I've had enough. And Tyler Adams, he can fuck off too. And Max Aarons, he can fuck off too. Any player that don't want to be at that club who has a fucking release clause is bullshit. I'm so disenchanted with the club that I love this season. I tried getting tickets for Hull game, Hull away, couldn't get them, sold out straight away, instantly. I'm like, what do I do? I've been to League One games, I've been to shitty Championship games for years. As soon as we get into Premier League, I can't get tickets because all woodworms come out of woodwork. They all take it, oh, I'm a Leeds fan now, it's so good to watch them. They're a neutral's choice. Fuck off. I'm so disenchanted with club at a time when I should be more enchanted with it because we've got a new ownership, we've got new manager, we've got new players, we've actually got investment, and I am so unenchanted with a club right now. It's fucking bewildering. I don't really know what else to add. That the game was maybe first half, I don't know, I didn't watch it again. We were unlucky not to score. Rutter's chance, we were unlucky not to score. Shackleton played great at left back. Why we haven't signed a left back is beyond me. It's fucking joke. We signed so many players. We got let so many players go. Why have we not signed a left back? We weren't even linked for a left back.
We'll get loans, though.
Bollocks. We can still get loans, yeah, but why aren't we? We're playing a fucking. For me, Shackleton's a right back. He's better than better at right back than
Luke Ayling.
Centre mid. People say he can play centre mid. He played class at left back, sort of that inverted winger. Ayling, I love him to bits. He's been a great servant for the club. Is it Deji Smith? Deji, what's his name? For a fucking right back that we got on loan. Oh, what's his bloody name? He played in game as well. He's not showing up on fucking subs list. He were at Borough last season, wasn't he? On loan.
Yeah.
I can't remember his fucking name. Spence, that's it.
Oh, Jed Spence. No, he wasn't on loan. He wasn't on loan at Borough. He played for Borough. Fucking snake.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's another snake man.
Mate, he's bad news there, man. I can tell you that much. He's bad news.
He come in from what I heard. He looked good. He got like 9 minutes. Archie Gray come off because he had a little knock. He was due to go to the under 20s or under 19s England squad, but we've pulled him out because we're trying to manage his workload, which is good because Archie Gray is going to be in the England squad in 5 years' time. I'm calling it now. He's a fucking exceptional talent. As if he don't get an injury and go down the whole Jack Wilshere sort of route, then I think it will be an England player at one point. But for me, Ayling, it's time to move on from that. You either stop Ayling going forward or you move on from him. I love him to bits, but it's time. And the fact that Charlie Cresswell ain't playing for me is bullshit. I mean, you look at his front line. You look at everyone apart from defence. Ampadu and Gray together are great. You got Snake, Pirro, playing behind Rutter and Somerville. I think Rutter and Pirro should be a 2 up front. I think it causes so many more problems. Go back to the 4-4-2. It worked great.
You don't put Keltar in there, or
Joffrey? I love Joffrey to bits. I mean, if my mates see this, we can take piss out of me. I love him to bits, but I wouldn't sacrifice Gray, Ampadu, Snake, Somerville, Pirro, or Rutter for Joffrey. Joffrey for me is a number 10, and I think we need to go back to that 2 up front. If Rutter comes off late in a game and Joffrey comes on and sits behind Pirro, and then fair enough, I'm all down for that. But I think the 4-4-2 could lend very well to Rutter. We've spent 35 million on him. We need to get his money worth. It does look good. He can break the line. Maybe he's another fucking Band or Bamford where he needs a arm round his shoulder, and like, it's okay, keep going. Don't like those sort of strikers, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We've got him. Like I said, I'm so disenchanted with squad, with team in general. If we finish above mid-table, it's a win for me.
Where's Ampadu playing then? Is he playing in midfield or
holding midfield? Yeah, holding midfield. I saw when he first signed, we went up to Hearts game away and they played there, and it looked outstanding. Him and Archie Gray. I always thought Archie Gray were more of a number 10, more of an advanced person forward, but advanced midfielder. But in that like holding midfield, is a cut above.
No, Ampadu's always been a decent player. He is. He's quite a good ball playing centre back, but like he excels in midfield. But yeah. Watch out for Judson.
That's my take on Leeds. That's Lank on Leeds, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out. I'm done. I'll still buy the shirt. I'll still watch the games, but I'm just disenchanted. Do you want to take on Borough?
I'll run through the Borough. Bottom of the league. Haven't won a game yet. Only point is against Neil Warnock's Huddersfield. They're in dire straits right now, and I don't know if they're going to get out of it. They've signed that Sam Greenwood from Leeds. I'm sure Lank could give some more insight into him.
I don't know where you're going to play him. He tore it up at Arsenal and in our under-23s as a striker. We started playing him out on the wing. Well, we started playing him out on the wing or as a number 10, and then he slowly dropped back into the number 8, number 6 role sort of thing. I don't think nobody knows what his position is. But again, as a under-23s, I think him and Joffrey were up there like top scorers in under-23s for the season.
I think Middlesbrough problem is they've brought in a load of new players, and it's basically a new team. So they need time, obviously, to gel. But you've lost Tuba, who's Championship top goal scorer last year. He was never going to hit the numbers he hit last season, but it's still a big loss. You've lost, obviously, Cameron Archer and Aaron Ramsey. They've both gone back.
Archer's a big one.
Giles has gone as well. He created a lot down the left. I think Silvera.
Snake.
Sammy Silvera is a fantastic player, but he just needs to find a shooting boot. He does everything but score. You know what it is? It's Adama Traore Part 2. It really is. They need a right back. They need a left back. Because Paddy McNair out at the right back, it doesn't work. Like Middlesbrough was solid last year. Well, they weren't solid, but they were decent at the back. They're just all over the place. I'm still not convinced by that Sammy Dieng that they've got from QPR. Don't rate him. Like, I'm not being funny, but like Begovic, they should have got him instead. But
yeah, why?
I don't know.
Why? Like Begovic has to be the most overlooked keeper ever. It's unreal.
I know lots of people have been having to go at Rodgers. I think he's a good player, just not scoring. He's a young player, he's new, he's really skillful, he creates chances, he's just not scoring at the moment. Same with Lack. He's a force up there, he's good, he does the link up play. Just doesn't have the shooting boots on at the moment. I think that's Mill's problem. Like last year there was steamrolling teams, it didn't matter if they conceded 1 or 2. Now they're creating the chances, but they're just not scoring them. Like they were the better team and they should have won this game. But once again, the amount of chances they squandered. I like Johnny Howson, but he's too old. Like, he doesn't have the legs to boss that midfield like he can. And they need, like, they've got Hackney, who's a really good midfielder, and they need somebody else in there. I don't think Barlas is good enough. Like, he just doesn't. I don't know. In pre-season he was good. Last season at Rotherham he was really good, but he just doesn't seem to. He's more of a technical player, right? But Middlesbrough needs somebody who's high energy, and they just don't have that in the middle of the park. But fuck me, they are struggling at the moment. They really are.
Yeah. If we finish above Middlesbrough, I suppose that'll be a win.
Yeah, the favourites to go up in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It was supposed to be a quick take. It's not really been quick, but hey ho, that's just the way our videos go. If you did enjoy, please do consider liking and subscribing. We are toying with the idea of uploading this as both a video and a podcast, so look out for that. I don't really know how the podcasts work on YouTube. I need to do some more research on that. But you know, whatever content form you want to watch or listen to. Yeah. Any closing thoughts, Lou?
I roll on the internationals and get them out of the way. Fuck me.
Yeah. Fuck this shit. Internationals should be abolished. We don't need friendlies or all like that. Just get it over and done with. Simulate. If we were a simulate button for games, it'd be for international breaks. And on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. If you do, like and subscribe. His link is in my description. My link is in the description. All the rest of the fucking playlist should be on the playlist section of the channels. So if you want to go check out other game weeks, go check them out. And on that bombshell, it's been nice seeing you, and we shall see you next time. Peace.
Go on, England.